Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you love to watch more cheating stories. Wife attend a funeral and extend one more week to meet her AP, and this is what I did to her. I, 39M, never saw it coming and truly thought we'd be that old couple that makes it. Married almost 12 years, together for 14, known her for 20 plus. D-Day was 10:30. No smoking gun, just a gut feeling that made me look at her, 39F, phone one night. I've never looked through her phone before that night. Like so many others, I wasn't wrong. That gut feeling rarely is. She'd gone to a HS reunion in August. I didn't go with them as it involved flights and we have 2 kids and no local family to watch them. Ends up being a lot of money to see people I barely know and don't care about. I'm the breadwinner. She's been a SOM for 10.5 years since our daughter was born. Looking back, there were plenty of red flags of terrible, abusive behavior. Not as bad as some I've read, but enough that I should have set hard boundaries and walked years ago. Anyway, it seems the relationship kicked off there. She swears nothing happened there and he's not a BF from her past, but I don't believe a word she says anymore. She had a family member go into hospice in September, so I rearranged my work schedule to watch the kids so she could see them one more time. The family member ends up passing, so she extends her stay for a week to attend the funeral and mess around with her new boyfriend, apparently. Lots of texting via FB Messenger after that, including how they're meant to be together and are so in love. Puke. Even attempted to meet up with him in Nashville to attend a game, which she actually asked me to go to and I agreed. It's a high school friend. I trusted her then, and didn't think anything of it. At the time I was traveling every other week for work, and there were attempts to have him come visit. We live on the East Coast, he's in North Dakota, and she invited him to stay at our house with our kids. He didn't seem comfortable with that, and they seemed to have had a falling out shortly before D-Day. She went kind of crazy pursuing him, and even after the falling out it was clear she was still strongly in limerence with him. Anyway, my world was devastated. Couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. Couldn't work. Desperately did the pick-me dance for a week, maybe 2 weeks. Got some support from family, friends, and a co-worker who's been through it too and is 2 years into the curve. Learned to focus on myself, something I never did in our relationship, exercise, and read. Still desperately wanted her. Or maybe just my comfortable life back where I wasn't so hurt and betrayed. She didn't know what she wants, is lost. It's not about him, loves me but isn't in love with me. And all the other BS lines that we all hear. Somewhere around the beginning of December, I was reading No More Mr. Nice Guy and committed to a firm boundary. AP had to be NC and out of our lives or I would end us. I told her in the beginning during the pick-me dance that I was terrified of losing her. Told her that day I wasn't scared to lose her, but just didn't want to. And that I wouldn't hesitate to end us if she didn't respect me. I still don't know if she didn't think I would follow through or truly wants to separate and is just too weak to pull the trigger herself. Ultimately, I suppose she wants her cake. The nice lifestyle I provide but the fun of doing whatever she wants. Like so many others I've read about here that have helped me learn how to handle this situation. She's selfish and feels entitled. Told her on January 6 myself on the advice of my attorney, your state may be different, follow their advice, and told her they would contact her to arrange to have her served. They've tried to contact each other, and she's avoided it since. She's always run from her problems and avoided them, hoping they'd just go away. To be fair, I've always accommodated that behavior. Sorry, sweetheart, you can't run from this one. I'll take a financial hit. That part sucks, and I'm very soured on marriage as a result. I've always viewed what I make as ours, and it was supposed to be. It's BS that she chose this path and is somehow still entitled to my retirement and home equity. But that is what it is. I try not to be too bitter and get hung up on that. I've been focused on skiing with my daughter, 10, and playing Nerf guns and plastic army men with my son, 5. I continue to exercise. I know there'll be a battle coming up because I don't think she's accepted the reality of the situation. She can't fight me for the house and I can buy her out, so she'll have to leave. We're still cohabitating. The state will require her to find full-time employment. She has a 4-year degree, held teaching certificates in 3 states prior, and had a few years of teaching experience before she got pregnant with our daughter. She doesn't want to teach anymore, and told me not too long before D-Day. I can't imagine having to work at a regular job. #I roll sorry sweetheart, you made the wrong choices if that was the case. I handle almost everything that you would consider adult real life for us. She's effectively a 12-yo trapped in a 39-yo body. Real life is coming at her like a freight train, and when it hits it won't be pretty. I get sad thinking about it, because I do still love her. You can't flip a switch and shut that off, though the feeling is ever so slowly starting to die. Indifference is the goal, and I can almost see it way out there in the future somewhere. I just have to continue to do the work to get there. Anyway, I know this has gotten long, but figured it was time to tell my story. It always helps to get it out, and each time I do a small piece of the weight lifts. I'm lucky to have a strong family, friend, and coworker support structure around me, even though much of it is via phone spread around the country. In addition to just wanting to post this for myself, I hope it can inspire someone whose D-Day was yesterday. Or maybe the same as mine but struggling. Or maybe 2 years ago, I tried to R and was having questions. I'm not saying R isn't possible, or the right path. The other partner needs to be invested in it. And thinking of you, the BS. Not themselves. My STBX is only focused on one thing. Herself. In the clarity of the moment, looking at our lives, she always has been. Time for me to do better. For anyone still reading and dealing and hoping to find a path forward, here's what worked for me. This sub. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent reading stories and comments. While the comments guide you mostly to leave your cheater, they're not wrong. They're hard truths that take some time to accept. You can't control another's behavior, and this happens to good people all the time. Thanks to all who post in here, the support is amazing even if you never post a word yourself. r/divorce_men is also a good one if you're male, in my situation and not looking to R, and have questions. Lots of support there too. 3 books, No More Mr. Nice Guy, Leave a Cheater, Gain a Life, and The Storms Can't Hurt the Sky. Exercise. I'm not obese, but wasn't in my best shape going into D-Day. I'm down about 15 pounds and after about 2 to 3 weeks I was able to eat again, so it's not just from starvation. Once you feel better about your body, you'll feel better about dressing well too. Look good, feel good has been my line to myself. Do things for you, no matter how small. Eventually you'll work your way up to big ones. My STBXW invited me to go with her and the kids to something the other day. She continues to keep her head in the sand and act like all is normal, and if she ignores it, it'll all go away. Additionally, I think she just wanted help with the kids so it wasn't so hard on her. I declined. In the past, I'd have felt I had to go, even if I didn't want to. Sat at home, listened to some music I like, and had a beer. It was wonderful. And hopefully a taste of my future life without such a selfish, miserable person hurting me. You can do this. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. Push past your fear. Make your life what you want it to be, not what someone who doesn't care about you wants it to be, a doormat/meal ticket for them. TLDR unsuspecting chump gets cheated on, doesn't see it coming, feels like crap for a while, finds himself, and his balls, files for divorce and prepares for a better life. Wants to tell his story, say thanks to anonymous Redditors who unknowingly helped, and provide inspiration and support to others. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell.